Morning, everyone. A beautiful, cold, wintry day of the 2022 January the 2nd. Welcome, everyone, and wishing you a very, very beautiful each day of your life from this day, carrying over the past years, all the good things, all the good wishes, all the good desires that you had towards fulfillment in 2022 and onwards in every day. May the dawning of the understanding, awakening with the blessings of the Supreme God, Divine Mother, our Guru Devas, and Brahman shower upon each one of us, you, each one of your family members. Wish you all a very happy new year and continued new moment, new hours, new days throughout your life. And may you fulfill the wisdom and the vision with which we have taken up the journey in this life alone. And then you may choose to come back again and again with your choice. May you be given this blessing that you may choose to leave your body when you wish to. When you wish to leave this mortal remains and enlighten yourself to the supreme soul, the divinity from within. You realize it, you understand it, and you become it. Powerful prayers. Let us pray to the Divine Mother. Om Asato ma satkamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we be taken from unreal to real, holding our hand by the gods and gurus of this universe, our beloved Guru Devas, Paramahamsa Yogananda, Yukteswar Giri Lahiri Mahasaya, Swami Sri Vivekananda, Holy Mother Sharada, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna, Mahavatar Deathless Master Babaji, Kalpa Yogi, leading us to Yogakshema Krishna, Vaham Vaham. May all our wishes and prayers be fulfilled. Krishna himself would carry it on his shoulder and grant it to you. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, the gods and goddesses of all religion, and the gurus. May the Divine Mother of the universe, Jagat Janani, bless us all. Jai Guru. To each one of your family members, and take us across to that wonderful journey. We have a beautiful day. Today we shall talk a lot about meditation. Often you will find that the meditation, the word has gone over the world today. Everybody's talking about meditation. And mindfulness meditation and meditation itself in the world today, India inclusive and the Western world, has gone towards billions of dollars project, very financially lucrative. Be that as it may, it is generally when we talk about meditation, first thing you will think about somebody sitting down cross-legged on the floor or in a chair and with their eyes closed. What exactly is meditation? What would come to your mind? How would you say? Think of it. Anybody wants to say? Do anybody want to tell me what exactly do you understand by meditation? What is this? Tricky, no? Anybody coming up? You know, when you start to try to put it into words, it becomes quite tricky. Today, amongst Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Uddhava Gita, Aparokshanubhuti, there is another beautiful book, Last Words of Krishna. Another beautiful book is this, Meditation and its Practices. A very powerful, well composed and well written. Many of you must have got it from me. Reading it, takes us across to another kind of a dream of our spiritual quest and the journey, in which I want you to remember that little story, Princess of Kashi. It's a very powerful story. We have read it again and again. Many a time we have referred to it, but it is so appropriate in every moment of life. I keep remembering it. Recollect, 5-year-old prince, neighboring country to Kashi, Varanasi. That time was the capital of India. And the queen of this neighboring country to Kashi chose to have a very special celebration on the prince whose birthday, of 5th birthday. So they decided to do a play on that. And on that play, there was also a beautiful connection was on that the princess of Kashi herself, and again a young girl, was also 5-year-old. And they had written a play and they couldn't find a good-looking girl to be that princess of Kashi's play. The queen mother, when approached, she said, okay, why don't you make my own boy, prince, dress him up like the princess of Kashi. Young boy, they dressed him up and he looked really like the princess of Kashi, very pretty. Young boys do that, no? And play was very successful. Queen was very pleased. The queen called the royal painter of the kingdom, who came and painted up this prince neighboring country of Kashi. It was a beautiful painting. Queen kept it a few days in her room and then she sent it off to the basement store room. 15 years passed. Prince learned lots of great things and wars and text and politics and management and becoming a very good future king. One day he was moving around the palace, happened to go to that basement and he chanced upon that painting. And when he saw the painting, he was totally in love with that painting. The girl was looking pretty and he said, this is 15 years old painting, 5, that was the birthday. And birthday is same as mine. And more so, he got connected with the girl and he said, same birthday, same age, and he fell in love with her. And then he decided in his mind, I must get married to this girl alone. But he was feeling shy, so he couldn't tell anybody. King and queen noticed he suddenly became, from his jovial, chirpy self, rather morose and moping around and little down, sitting with his head down, thoughtful. They tried to ask him, he wouldn't answer, feeling shy. Then one of the principal minister who had seen the prince growing up, been there himself more than 20 years. So he said, okay, I will go and talk to him. He goes and talks to the prince. Prince, tell me, we see you're very absent-minded. What ails thee? Why are you so down? The prince chose to now open up his heart and he said, what to say, sir? I am in love. The minister said, that's very nice. Let's have a royal wedding. Who is the girl? He said, she is Princess of Kashi. He said, even very nice. How did you meet her? No, I have not met her. I have only seen her painting. He said, painting? Very nice. Show me the painting. Where is it? He said, it's there in the basement cellar. The minister started to get something in his brain. He said, really? Come, take me to that painting. And the prince takes him, and as the minister approaches the painting, everything flashes in his mind, and he said, Prince, you better sit down. So appropriate this story of today's sessions, and every day I try and remember. The minister tells the prince, that is not Princess of Kashi. The prince said, so what? Let her be anybody, but I'm going to marry her only. The minister said, no, prince. She is not Princess of Kashi. Tat tvam asi, thou art that. And then he tells him the story. And just see, instantly, Prince was awakened. The desire went away. Minister didn't say, sorry, she's already married. Or sorry, you cannot because the Princess of Kashi is very difficult to get to and the king father has got different plans. None of that. He just said, Prince, thou art that. You are that. And the moment you and I realize that we are that, which is the process through the meditative process, our journey, we have attained through the years together. Some of us are for many years, some of us maybe a little new. We have taken up the journey and understood the theistic religion, God-oriented religion, dualistic religion, Sankhya philosophy, where, like Buddhism, Jainism, and Sankhya philosophy does not have any God, but almost all other religions are God-oriented, particularly the Western world is God-oriented. In India, is Sanatana Dharma. All religion is welcome. All religion is accepted as one. Some may tend to get sometimes fanatic, but basic understanding of all religion, oneness in of religion, is the strength of India, accepts everyone. So theistic religion, in which the God realization is getting connected with that God. And why should we realize God? To remove suffering, to get what we want. Notice we are continuously praying to God. God give us this, God give us that, God make him all right, make her all right. Let the situation be, court case be won. May this problem be over continuously. And in that realization, you have mystical experiences. You see Divine Mother, God, Krishna, Shiva, or Jesus, or Allah in the form of Muhammad, where we believe in which, understand it, God is all powerful. God is everywhere. And God is our father figure, mother figure. God is our mother figure, father figure, can do anything. But the question comes up, and which we have been talking about it and experiencing it. And in 2022, we have to understand that and win over that, is why there are sufferings, why there is confusion in understanding. Just now what I was saying, try and word it. What is meditation? You must have tried to say it, and at the same time realize it is a little tricky. So we will go over that, a lot of it today, and would continue, and we would practice some meditation of the Vedantic meditation, in which, now look at it, if God is all loving, and God is all powerful, and God is everywhere, and God knows everything, God knows everything, God is all knowing, then why is God allowing us to suffer? Straight away the question comes, human parent who also loves their children. We are also children to God, or the Divine Mother, or Shiva, or Krishna, or Jesus, the God, the Son of God, or Allah. We are. In the human parenting, human parents are not going to allow any suffering to come to their children. Not even a mosquito bite. Would not like it. But unfortunately, in the human parenting, in theistic religion, human parents have limited power. They are not everywhere. And they are not all-knowing. But in theistic religion, God is everywhere, God is all-knowing, God is all the power to do it. Human parents will not allow the suffering to go to the child. And God with all the power, then why is God allowing it? This is the question comes in. So in this theistic religion, God is in the mosque, in the church, in the temple, in the heaven, in the sky. And when we die, we will meet God. And these are the promises. We hear it from our preachers. In the difference in the God realization and the self-realization. What is this self-realization? In Advaita Vedanta accepts the theistic religion as the preliminary foundation of the spiritual journey. Does accept it. If you notice, Shankaracharya has written beautiful sonnets and sutras on Mother Saraswati, Mother Ganga, on Shiva, on Divine Mother of the Universe, on Mother Durga, Mother Kali. A lot of writings have been done. And he was a staunch Advaitavadi. What does Advaitavadi say? To understand that, it says, we accept this. We accept everything in the Advaitavad, which is what you and I are trying to understand it. And generally the language appears to most little difficult to understand. Whereas what you need to approach this as, with that wisdom and the knowledge, I am not understanding it. But just like in the calculus integral classes, mathematics, higher mathematics classes, or German language classes, I'm not understanding it. But I have faith in the professor. I have faith in the university, in the college, in the school. I have faith in the book. I know I don't understand it now, but I have the respect, Shraddha. I will continue to take up the journey, and I know soon enough I will understand it. In closest simile, the self-realization in Buddhism, Jainism, and Sankhya philosophy is the search for soul, spirit, Atman. In Advaita Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta is saying, look at this. Very good example is what we keep talking about, the ocean and the waves. Now, you keep hearing these, try and understand it and make it a nature of yours. And don't let it bug you. Oh, again, the ocean and the wave. No, they're very powerful. Thousands of years of rich heritage of our ancient masters. And the current day, everybody still talking about it. And what is it? The ocean is God. And the waves are you and me, or the bubble and the froth, depending on at what level we are in. Very poor, very meager, living in slums and basti, little bubble, little froth. And bigger waves like you and me, and tsunami, maybe much bigger, some tycoon that you and I know, financial, political heads. But we are wave, and we see we are limited. We have a form, we have a name, and we have a function. But we are a part of the ocean. Ocean is God, very big. But Advaita Vedanta is saying, but look at the underlying truth. The underlying truth is, I am not a wave. This is not an ocean. Underlying truth is, we are all water. That essence is the self-realization process, understanding, and in which the huge ocean cannot be there if there is no water. And I, as the wave, cannot be there also if there is no water. The water is the essential ingredient, or the wave, the ocean. General mistake here comes in. We say, yes, okay, understand we are water, but notice that huge ocean has got so much of water. So God has got so much of power. And we are a little wave, so we have only that much of water. This is the general mistake that we tend to do. Whereas, it is not that. The water, it is not in the ocean and the wave counted as a form or a quantity. It is only as the principal existence. Existence of the wave cannot be there if there is no water. Similarly, existence of the ocean cannot be there unless there is water. Water is the essential ingredient, and that essential ingredient in the ocean and the wave is one thing, is that water. That essential ingredient in this universe, this world, is you and me, is that Brahman, is that awareness, is that consciousness. In the theistic religion, we have a form, we have a name, we have a function. This is Robbin Ghosh, and I'm limited by this. And though God has got a name, but God is infinite and powerful in the theistic religion. But I have not only God, I've got also this huge universe, the world around me, in the theistic religion, in which I am so tiny, and Desha, Kala, Vastu, remember? Space, time, and object. I'm separate. I cannot be the computer. I cannot be at your place. I cannot be everywhere. I cannot be at all time. And I cannot be a different object. A computer cannot be a book. I cannot be the book. But in the God-oriented religion, he can be anything. This is the difference in the theistic religion. Whereas in the Advaita Vedanta, everyone is one thing, and that is the essence of the water. Now the doubt comes into you and me. How can I be everything? I have this sickness and disease and forms and suffering and strifes and struggles and some little success. Then what is this journey? And this is where comes in the wave when it becomes still wave and still ocean. Maybe little water and maybe huge quantity water, But the moment you are still and you're silent, there is no discrimination between a little wave, which was Robbin Ghosh wave, and the huge ocean. There is no discrimination. And now that wave may have been a little water that time, but now it is everywhere. That end of the ocean to this end of the ocean. That top of the ocean to 20,000 feet down below the ocean. That water is everywhere. There is no demarcation. That red color water or white color water or Muslim color water or Hindu colored water or Christian colored water. There is one alone thing, is water. You may call it tanni, you in French, water, or pani in Hindi, or jal, or jol in Bengali, whatever you call it, it is one thing called water. That water is everywhere, in everything, in every sphere. With that understanding, when you become still and silent, that's the essence of the meditation coming in. So the question comes in, how to keep your mind always on God? Strive. When you sit down for meditation, strive to keep your mind deaf and dumb, like that, totally. And focus on totally on prayers. Totally on, and you will be amazed that when you do that, instead of letting the mind taking us around with thoughts and reason, etc., when you go on to that Vedantic principle that I know, we have been doing this practice, that I'm not this wakeful state, Jagrat, but I'm aware of my Jagrat state, like this. What is Jagrat state? Like right now, we are in this world. We have the world around this own universe, and we are in Pune city or wherever else, maybe in right now in Canada or Switzerland. That is one. In this waking state. Then we go off to sleep and get into dream state, sleep state. And in that time, I am aware of my dream state. I'm aware of my experiences in the dream. And that is, I'm aware because of my awareness. And third, I am experiencing a blankness of the deep sleep state. I'm aware of that. How? I'm experiencing blankness, nothing. And beyond that is a blank wall, nothing. Try and blank your mind. You will find that the blankness comes in, and beyond that there is nothing. No thoughts, nothing. I'm not even thinking that I'm having a deep sleep. That's the state. Wherein there's nothing, no mind, no thoughts, nothing at all. And then you realize that I am neither the waking person, neither the dream sleep person, neither this, neither all of them, because they keep changing, whereas I am always there. So I am that counting from waking, dreaming, and I'm the fourth one. And that thurium is the water content of the ocean, what we talked about. And towards that understanding, getting on to activities of the senses, turn it inwards and focus it, starting with our Kriya Yoga practices. Focus your mind onto the breathing, with your prayers onto the breath. At one point, you do the Hamsa. Before that, you do the 20-20-20. Do the Hamsa. Then you're doing the Omkar meditation. In Hamsa, you are watching your breath, focusing, watching your breath. Mind becomes calm, becoming silent. Wave is becoming silent. And then you go to Hamsa. Listen to the loudest sound. And slowly you will find you'll be able to discriminate, which you must be doing already, most of you, the loudest to the tiniest of the sound. And you are in that special mudra. And from there, you go on to Mahamudra, Kriyayo Jyoti Mudra. In the Jyoti Mudra and Mahamudra, you will see that you are focusing, getting more and more focused. And in Jyoti Mudra, you will have that mystical experiences of many kinds. Those of you who have, speak to me sometimes when you meet or call on telephone. You will have experiences. And after that, you start your meditation with the practices in which you are talking to yourself. Asanga aham, asanga aham, asanga aham. Asanga, not attached. I am not attached to this body, to this mind, to this world, to anything. I am totally detached. Just like remember always, it helps me to remember always. A young mother of a tiny baby, whole day the mother is carrying the baby. At night when she goes off to sleep, she's still patting the baby. And then when she goes on to the deep sleep, her hand falls away from the baby. Happily, she is not paranoid or crying, oh my God, where is my baby? I'm not going to sleep, otherwise I'm going to lose the baby. She's very happy that I've got up to sleep, and that deep sleep state, hand has fallen away. That is asanga, totally detached. The best way to remember. And that water in the ocean, in the wave, in the bubble, in the froth, in the water spray, the water in my glass, everything is one water. It can be anywhere in the form of cloud. And you are that consciousness, can be everywhere. Then you become Sarva Vyapi Anantam Advaitam. The moment you go beyond this Nama Rupa Babhara, name, form, and function. How do you do that? That is where we are coming into that meditative station. So people practice meditation in some form or the other. I've given these for you all to utilize it at your own time, whenever you like. Is in all religion of the world, this practice of meditation is there in some or the other form. And to get to the highest illumination of fulfillment of what is this world, who am I, what is this suffering, how can I get over that suffering? Can we? Yes, with no doubt whatsoever. And this meditation also, some people do it for attaining purity, attaining peace, attaining serenity, attaining oneness with everyone, with everything. Many do it to remove their tension and get into their world of corporate or the family world or whichever one they talk about. It is basically bringing in that serenity and a relief from humdrums of the world around, calm and quiet. Have you noticed when we are very angry, when we shout and get angry, we breathe rapidly. When you're calm and peaceful or just got up from sleep, or you're reading a beautiful book or listening to some beautiful music, or maybe you watching a wonderful scenery or holding a baby in your hand, your breath is very calm and quiet. And this is the world that you start to experience through that content of the quantum of the meditation that we do. I remember in the original time, when I started off, and there were many of us sitting together, many could not sit down, including I had a lot of injuries with my leg, so I couldn't sit down properly either. And I used to pray, Babaji, Divine Mother, Krishna, come on, when are you going to allow me to sit properly? And then I met with some accident. And what had happened? Doctor told me, if you sit down for meditation, you may have to be bedridden for life. Apparently, that injury was so severe. I said, I would better be bedridden than not to the meditation. I have to do it. I continued and noticed that disability is gone away. Almost not there. Now, this happens when you practice with the main streams of the teachings, and this meditation is basically in the yoga and Vedanta, Patanjali aphorism and Vedanta, two main streams. Patanjali Yoga Sutra is talking about 8 limbs, Ashtanga. Remember that story? A modern man goes down to a guru at Himalaya and said, I've come to learn meditation. I have taken 5 days sabbatical holidays. Please teach me meditation. So the guru said, okay, please sit down. You're welcome. He started to telling him about yama, 5 discipline, niyama, 5 discipline. So he said, look, cut out those yama, niyama. Just tell me how to breathe and meditate. So the guru tells him, you want Ashtanga yoga meditation, or do you want Vikalanga yoga meditation, meaning chopping off some of the limbs? Now, obviously, if you do that, in our practices too, if you do not follow what we have got exactly, you will find your mind will be scattered. Mind will not have that feeling of well-being at the end of the meditation. It will still be disturbed. And especially when you're disturbed, you generally will, most people will switch on a TV or something to distract, go on to a holiday trip or go to a restaurant and eat something, or go and meet some friends and talk. Instead of that, the ancient master talking about, just be still, silently sit and just watch how soon it will go away. Don't forget the prayers. Now, unity amongst all existence is the purpose of the meditation, which teaches you that there is unity amongst all. How can it be unity amongst all? You have a different name, form, and function. Remember that back again to the wave, ocean, and the water. Water is unitedly joining wave of the water, the bubble, the froth of the glass of water in front of me, or in the sky or the cloud. That unification. It also teaches you harmony amongst all religion. Whichever way you practice, however you do, there is a harmony, and very important, no separatism. Separation comes, with separation comes samsara. Recollect our earlier 2021 session. Wow, we are in 2022. Do you all know 2022 adds up to 6? It's supposed to be brilliant for you and everyone around you. 6 is a very lucky number. It's a very good year for everyone all around the world. And we would pray that it happens to everyone. You should have enough. Everybody should have enough. No shortage. This oneness of ultimate reality comes in, and a sense of fulfillment, sense of freedom with independence are the two unshakable spiritual basis of the meditation. A sense of fulfillment, you feel very peaceful. Peace comes in when I'm not racing for a desire or a greed. I want this, I want that. Mind is disturbed. I want to eat that, I want to get that, I want to buy that, I have to go down to Phoenix Mall, and I have to go down to New York, or I have to go to Japan, or I have to place an order from the Amazon.com till it comes. This is all disturbed state of mind. And a sense of freedom. I have the power. I know I have the power. I am the consciousness. I am the one. Aham Brahmasmi. Prajnana Brahman. That sense of prajna, the awareness. Without the awareness, without the consciousness, what is happening to you and me? We are very clear about our body, how we are growing, how dark or fair or tall, or what kind of hair do we have, and what things we need to do to look better and things like that. We are very clear. We know our name and we know what is our weight and how to lose weight and what kind of function. But we are unconscious. We are conscious about those factors, but we are unconscious of our consciousness. And many, while doing this session, because we don't understand it, because we do not realize it, we tend to get switched off. Oh, again, conscious. No, but understanding, dear devotee, dear friend, dear fellow travelers of the spiritual journey, without that consciousness, you and I are dead. Zero. Little bit of consciousness, we are in coma. Little better is unconscious state. Little better of that consciousness we have, we are in unconscious or we are in deep sleep. Little better dream sleep state. Little better jagrat, but not focused. What is Daniel Coleman is talking about? Focusing. That is the focusing. Ned Block. Remember I quoted with you earlier. He's the New York University of Mind Brain, where David Chalmers is the head and Ned Block is one of them. He's saying, supposing I give you $1 billion, I'll give it to you just now. You give me your consciousness. How many of you are takers in a talk? Imagine if I give away my consciousness, I am like this inert object, like this table or the wood or the stone floor. I have no understanding, no realization, no feeling, nothing at all. What will I do with the $1 billion? Nobody was a taker in that big hall of talk. Ned Block is trying to tell. And I have, this is Evan Thompson. He is another great writer of waking, dreaming, being. Wakeful state, dream state, and being conscious state. Notice the world over there talking. In Harvard University, there is Divinity School. Google it. They are continuously doing research on Vedanta and mind-brain consciousness unit. So this self in all being, in all forms, in names and function. Remember Shankaracharya's linking it in 2022. Mano buddhi chitta ahankar na aham. Mano is mind. Buddhi is intellect. Chitta is memory. Ahankar is ego. I am not one of them. Shankaracharya is saying. But you and I generally operate at that level and say, I am this, my intelligence is bigger, better than that one. Or my intelligence is not as sharp as that girl. And ego, I. That I is the one has to be dissolved with that I. Small I is that mind brain. Big I is that Atman Brahman. And that I is not separate. It is that one consciousness amongst all. So without any sentimentality, the purpose of meditation is precise, scientific, and psychological. I brought it down for you to go with them. Doesn't require to be memorized. It is not to be memorized. It is to be understood. It's like, what good is memorizing the various branches of an Alfonso mango tree and the roots and the leaves and the flowers? Just taste the mango. Then you know what is Alfonso mango like. What would I do with various? So it is not a bookish knowledge. It is certainly, it is from Shravanam, listening, reading. Mananam, reflecting on it, asking questions. And nididhyasanam, sit still and dwell into it and make it your own through understanding. So the books where we had talked about, I've just given you these names. Uddhava Gita, last message of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, God talks to Arjuna. Upanishads, Vivek Chudamani, Aparukshanabhuti. This is one of the called the golden crown of the Aparukshanabhuti, which we have done. We need to go over it again and again. And the Gospels of Ramakrishna and others. Now, the only way for overcoming maladies of life is meditation. Understanding the meditation. I'm just understanding meditation now. To establish contact with the ultimate reality, the ultimate, whether theistic religion or in Advaita religion, is the soul of the spirituality, which in the theistic, God is up there, I'm over here. And in Advaita, we are one. We are that one conscious. We are that one water. We are that oneness. One. Different approach, but in general, in the beauty part of the Advaita, we in Advaita accept everything, everyone. In all practices. So it does take it as the foundation of Sankhya philosophy practices are also part of it. Kapila is one of the own. So, the continued contact with the ultimate reality, continued contact, being always tuned in to BBC London is through meditation. And this meditation doesn't have to be just sit down and close your eyes, facing north, northeast. Those are all processes, ways to do it. It doesn't have to be. You can be throughout the day in meditation, just like you got a toothache. And through the toothache, you are aware, I got a toothache. Same way, you're aware of that consciousness, of that awareness, of that God or Allah, or whichever way you call. So the direct perception of the ultimate, the supreme, which is within me, which is outside, depending on which approach you're taking. In Advaita, we practice all of them. Notice, we got Divine Mother, Babaji, Krishna behind us. It is, how to understanding it. In one hand, you're saying Advaita Vedanta is just one light, one spirit, one Brahman. Another said that we are also accepting Divine Mother, Saraswati and Mother Durga and Kali and Krishna and Shiva and Allah. How can it be? It is, understanding is very simple. Refurbishing again. This beautiful blue sky, today's sky is beautiful blue. But I know it is not blue because at night it is dark black, and in a starry night it is black with various blinking colors, and in the sunset time it is red, orange and yellow, and so is with the sunrise. And during the midday right now it is a blue sky. Sometimes with a clouded sky it is cloudy and blue. How can it be same with the same blue sky? But I know, because of my studies and the education and the reflection, that the sky is not blue. Sky has no color. And no color, the scientific description is that color which absorbs all color or absence of all color, which is black. And when you mix all color in the same proportion, it becomes white, isn't it? I know it now, that the sky has no color. But after knowing, when I visually perceive, and this is what Paramahansa Ramakrishna is saying, that this world is also real, that the body, name, form, function, people dying, people taking birth, people suffering from COVID-19, and we taking precautions. And at the same time, the other world is also real, where I know I am fully protected. I am, because that consciousness is within me, and that supreme Brahman is the power. That God and I are not separate. Now, this is the practice toward which you are going in, towards that in yogic process. Patanjali aphorism, Yoga Sutras, talking about samadhi. In Advaita Vedanta saying, sure, go ahead for samadhi, but before that, no. Samadhi is what? A TV scene is disturbing you. You're feeling scared, switch off the TV. Run up to the mountain Himalaya. Isolate yourself. Lock yourself in a room. Separate yourself. Switch off the world. In Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta says, enjoy the world, knowing it's only a movie. It's not real. It's like in the dream state. You know, I got it from the dream. Oh, it was only a dream. And in that, whether you lost all the money from the bank or whether you got some, 10 crore rupees, you're not going to go and put that money in the bank because you know it was only a dream. So now you know the reality of this. Atma Satyanubodhena na sankalpa yate yada. That is what the realization comes in. And that meditation takes us across the only way to contact us continuously through the meditative process. Vedanta is telling us that the purpose of the human life is to attain that. And the process is that meditation. And towards that meditation, you have to follow a certain path. And those are certainly unquestioning faith, intellectual understanding, or emotional thrill is not enough. Perception, knowing, understanding is the only way. So doubt does not go away. Doubts, we have doubts about all this. It does not go away. That unquestioning faith. I believe you. So whatever you say, I don't understand it, but I believe you. No, that will not make you understand the trigonometry or the science or geometry or whatever, or German, or this Advaita Vedanta. You have to understand the nature by experiencing it. That experience only will silence the doubt. Whether the Alfonso mango is sweet or sour, only by tasting it, you will realize it. So intellectual understanding are based solely on unpredictability circumstances. Intellectually, when you try to understand it, it cannot stand. There are a lot of bombarding questions will come up. Vedanta tells you the 3 states of truth. In the meditation now, we are getting into the 3 states of truth. The Vedanta tells you. The first is testimonial of scriptures based on ancient, rich heritage of the scriptures, which I referred to, Uddhava Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, and like that, Aparokshanubhuti, etc. The second is the positive reasoning that seeks towards the essential from the non-essential. Your understanding becomes so clear that you understand this is not and this is. So, Viveka, knowing what is real, and this is what we pray first thing in the morning as we start our session, as you start your everyday prayer, do a little bit of Gayatri Mantra as you wake up. And this understanding, what is essential, what is not essential, automatically the positive reasoning will take you Viveka and discriminate Viveka, what is real to what is unreal. This is what we are praying, Asato Ma Satkamaya. And then Vairag. Discard what is not essential. You may still play around in the family, enjoy the family, but being attached, being detached, like the milk mixes easily with water. That is samsara. And samsara has you and me, duality, separation. But the moment oneness comes in that samsara, you are in that samsara. I know some of you who have attained that. I know it. You are in the samsara. You have the name, body, form, playing the role of a father, grandfather, mother, daughter, son. But you also know this is not me. I'm playing the role. It's like that milk with the butter, water is mixed. But now what you do, you make the milk into curd. It can still be mixed with water. It is in the journey towards, and then you mix that butter, churning it and make it curd. Now, the butter is made from the churning of the curd. Now the butter can be floating in the water. It cannot be mixed with the water. You and I, through the sadhana, reach that state. And the third truth is the personal experience. That personal experience will take you across. So we have Ashtanga Yoga, 8 limbs of yoga. In the Vedantic meditation, we are talking about sadhana chatushta. That is, remember, viveka, discrimination, vairag, letting go of the non-essential and holding on to the essential. Shama, it is control of the mind, quietude, silent, not scattering it. And then Dhamma. Dhamma is control of the senses, not just letting it go and taste it and taste that and touch it. There is a monk who was walking around in the evening with his guru. And as they were walking around, that ashram was beautiful, lots of flowers. As they were going to enter into their meditation hall, there was some creepers with beautiful jasmine flower. So he leaned forward to smell the flower. And his guru snapped at him. What is this? That is the lakshan of bhogi, not of a yogi. Yogi is not sniffing around, smelling around everything. Do you have to put your hand into everything? Do we put our mind into the garbage? We do put it. Who's doing what? We don't put our mouth into the garbage. Same way. And uparati. Uparati is restraining, controlling it. That is sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Then come titiksha, forbearance. I'm not letting go. I will continue. And let 2022 make you and I continue to take us further and further ahead. And then, very important, shraddha, very important. If I don't have faith in my maths teacher or in that maths book, how am I going to learn maths or sports or cooking? And then come samadhana, that is focus on Atman. Then mumukshattam, mumukshattam, mumukshattam. I'm not going to letting go, longing in the journey for that oneness of Brahman or theistic or both, whichever way you take it on. So, all of these are advices to remove confusions from the mind. Whatever questions and etc. it comes around, you should ask, you should reflect upon it, you should challenge it, and keeping the mind open, not with faith, but of understanding with awareness. And once you do that, something would develop, which we have not developed. We tend to disbelieve it. Really, can it be? So this is why those 3 told you. The basic instructions laid down in the Stastras, your personal realization and the practices through which you attain them. And the philosophy is of the experiencing of that light from the darkness, which you will see, Jyoti Mudra, that's why it's called Jyoti Mudra. And you will experience in your meditation. One monk was meditating, he had just joined And they had to get up 3:30 in the morning, and 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock they had to meditate. And senior monks generally go around and check whether the junior brahmacharis are, on their journey, whether they're going up to sleep or not. Everything is dark in the meditation hall. So the junior monk is saying, and suddenly there was the brilliance of light on my face. And I said, my God, I'm only 6 days. I've already got illumination. So much of light. And then actually, it was a senior monk who was throwing a powerful flashlight to see whether the brahmachari is sleeping or not. But you will see that kind of light. First time when it happened to me, and it was so frightening. It was brilliant and brilliant. I've read about it. You've heard about it. It actually happened. And it came in waves and waves of light and got. And then not only just the light, I'm a fighter pilot. And my body started to go round and round and round and going up and up and up in a fantastic speed. Being a fighter pilot, I have done it on the most stupendous, frighteningest flying things I have done it as a combat pilot. And yet, to that experience, to this going up, was nothing. I was really frightened. I kept calling out, Babaji, you are there. Babaji, you are there. Save me. Divine Mother, save me, Babaji. And after it appeared to me, it just went on and on. But after some time, it stabilized. And absolute calm after that. And I still remember it. These are called the mystical experiences. Everybody will have them of various kinds, but don't count upon them. Don't wait for your meditation in 2022 onwards. I didn't get any experience today. I didn't see that light, or I didn't hear that sound today, Pranavadhvani today. Don't worry about it. If you follow those sadhana chatushta, if you follow the Patanjali's 8 limbs, following them is just knowing about it, being conscious of it, not being fastidious. Don't be like that. You will see, you will experience that. How can it not? After all, you're putting the mango pieces in your mouth. How can you not taste it? You will. So the world is like a bridge. You see the bridge in the picture? That bridge is for the travel. We don't build our house on a bridge. Have you ever seen anybody building a house on a bridge? No, it is from going from this side to that side. So we are not going to get stuck. We are in the travel, in the journey. But during this, holding on to the truth, practicing those yama, satya, ahimsa, aparigraha, brahmacharya, and like that, there are 10 of them, yama and niyama. Continue to do them. Now, without thinking of your identity as a mother or a father or a business or a professional or a son or a boy, or I'm of this age or that age, or I'm sick, or I've got this pain or that pain, without thinking about any one of them, you sit for your meditation. When you enter your meditation corner, hall, room, mosque, church, temple, whatever. What does that mean? This is what it means. By removing your shoe, you enter the temple. You remove your shoes, no? What does that mean, removing the shoe? It is to leave that nama rupa bhavara behind. I come to you not to grab, demand, and pray for something. I come to you because I love you. And you love your father and mother. Who else will you ask? Go ahead and ask after you have attained that state of mind. Plant the seed of your desire. Many of you have been with me during the meditation when your mind is silent and single-pointed. Plant the seed of what you want. Just watch how miraculously it will happen. It can be something very small. It can be big. It will happen. There must be vyakulata, cravingness. Pray that Give me that love, yearning for you. And that is, you will find when you listen to some God songs or your meditation, you might feel sometimes like you see somebody suffering, you feel like crying, or somebody is crying because of somebody is dead. You also get tears in your eyes. You will get tears in your eyes in the name of God. Know that you're very close to realization the moment you do that. That is mumukshattam, mumukshattam, mumukshattam. Going ahead is prayers will get answered. Know that. Have an understanding and go ahead. Keep that knowingness that I am that consciousness, connected with the consciousness, or I am the son and the daughter of the God, whichever way you're approaching, as a theistic or as an Advaita Vedantist or a combination of both, apply both. It is heard, it is known, have that knowledge, know it. It is not faith, which in turn will automatically come to the faith. And this crying automatically, babies when they're playing with various toys and things like that, baby may be whimpering a little bit. Mother is doing her chores at the house or office work or whatever. But if the baby throws away the toy and house, mommy would leave everything and come running, isn't it? This is detachment from the samsara, from the world. I don't want anything. I only want you. Leave your shoes outside the temple or outside the place when you leave your slippers to sit down for your meditation. That is what it means. And strive to render your mind deaf and dumb as you pray. There will be things, whether you're in a fish market or in a house and people are making noise or children are, don't let it disturb you. You don't have to run off to the Himalaya. Let that noise be there, remind you of God, also expressing through that soul, through this child, through that two people talking, all little noise. Don't let it distract you. God is in everywhere. God is in them too. And with them, you turn inwards and focus through the prayer. And you will see, when you do that meditation, now we will practice it. We'll do for about 15 minutes or so. You will find as you go on to that status, I will call them out again. You will find your awareness, because I am not the waking person. I'm not the dream person. I'm experiencing the wakefulness. I'm aware of my waking state. I'm aware of my talking, sleeping, dreaming, eating, learning, doing chores, driving, flying, whatever. I'm aware. If I'm not aware, the world vanishes. So the awareness is the essential, consciousness. I'm not my dream state. I know it is dream. And it is my status of the mind alone. Recollect that very famous statement which we had shared earlier on. The harmony, the beauty, the love in the world, the cheerfulness of the world, the experiences of the world depends on the state of your mind. We, normal people like you and me, we train to change the object outside, like getting a better gold diamond or a better car or better mobile. That will make me happy. Intelligent, wise masters, they work with their mind and go to no mind state. Avani bhavo. That no mind state. Dvaitam naiva upalabdhate. Then you do not experience the duality. Now when you go to the deep sleep state in the blank darkness, and beyond the blank darkness is a wall. But you say, I am neither this deep sleep, neither the dream, neither the waking. I am the light beyond that. And that light is the one which is making me experiencing all of them. The awareness, the consciousness. I am that. And focus on that and imagine yourself glowing with that. Let us practice for a while. Settle down. Sit in a comfortable posture, not like a rigid tree. At the same time, back and shoulders straight, chin little up. Chin down, negative thoughts comes. Chin parallel, practical worldly thoughts come. Chin little up, divine thought, divine lights come into the being. Sitting still, I'm not going to move. Tell yourself. We are breathing in and breathing out like you would do in Hamsa. Hamsa, I am that. Like you would do in Omkar. I am paying attention to listening. One is watching the breath, one is listening. Now we are going to do that, watching the breath. Focus your breath into one center, maybe between the eyebrow, at the tip of the nose, or in the heart, or on top of the head, as you're comfortable with. I do it between the eyebrow. Breathing in, breathing out. Not long, deep breaths, not short, small breath. Normal breath, calm breath. My mind is going towards being calm, focused towards the light. I'm aware of my waking state. I am not this state itself, but I'm aware of the state. I'm conscious of my waking state of this body, this name and this form, but I am not that body, not the name, not the form. I'm going into the sleep state. I, that awareness, not the body, not the name, not the form. That big I, aware of the dream state, of whatever is happening in the dream, I'm experiencing it because of my awareness. Because my awareness is not zero, I'm not dead, I'm aware, dream state. I'm neither the waking state, neither the dream. I am not the suffering, the sickness, the disease, the pain, the financial loss, the name or the form, or the place or the function of my waking state. I am not the various events happening in the dream, or the place or the time. I'm not the mind. I am that awareness which is experiencing the mind the dream, the thoughts, the feelings. Check. Brilliance of light. I am not the deep sleep state, where I am not even thinking of I am experiencing deep sleep. It is an absolute experiencing that not experiencing anything, experiencing the blankness. It is not I, it is just the awareness which makes me feel later I had a beautiful sleep. I'm experiencing the blankness because of my awareness. I am not this experiencing the blankness, but I am the awareness which is making me experience the deep sleep, the dream state, the waking state. I'm not the personality which is characteristic of me. I could be anything. I could be Buddha, Paramahamsa, Jesus, Muhammad, great masters, Babi, Jain, Guru Nanak. I am the same consciousness, awareness. As in Krishna, Babaji, Gurudeva's Divine Mother. We are the same consciousness, stretching across like the calm ocean and the wave which is settled down. I am that water. I am the consciousness. I am that bright brilliance of consciousness, awareness, which is experiencing by leaving my mind, my thoughts, my body, removing the shoes for the gesture, not moving. Thoughts for the action of the moving of the body may come. Some pain, intention, incentives will come to make you move. Tell yourself, I shall not move. Training the elephant, training the mind. I am that brilliant light. I am that consciousness, that awareness. This awareness has the infinite potential to create this universe, this world. The mountain, the desert, the planets, the galaxies, the earth, the ocean. I am that infinite possibility. I am the calm silence. I plant the seed of my prayers and the wish, and be with it, visualizing that wish getting fulfilled. Pray like the blue sky, experiencing for the blessings of Brahman, Divine Mother, Krishna, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Kalpa Yogi Bahavatar Babaji, the Deathless Master, holding our hand, guiding us through unreal to real. Through ignorance of darkness to brightness of knowledge and the wisdom. If I am the Brahman, if I am the awareness, why should I be afraid of, fearful of death or suffering or sickness? I am the pure awareness, and my body will automatically be protected from all negativity, suffering, sickness, strife, and struggle. I am the awareness and the power to create whatever comes to my mind. And I have the blessings of Krishna. Yoga Kshema Vaham Vaham. I shall be not only granted, he shall himself carry it on his shoulder and bring it. My salutations and pranam to the Brahman in each one of you, and to the Divine Mother, gods and goddesses, Krishna or Gurudevas. As you are coming into the state, take the 3 breaths. When you open your eyes, remember to hold on to, just like the toothache, I am the consciousness, the awareness. I am not going to be unconscious of my awareness or consciousness. Whatever I do, wherever I am, I know I play through this body, role, name, and form. And the moment I'm consciousness, I have no expectation. I do not find fault with anyone. I cannot do anything wrong. I hold on to truth, brahmacharya, ashteya, aparigraha, ahimsa. No hateful thinking of anyone, no blaming and finding faults with anyone. I am the calm. I am in everyone, including that one in the enemy to the one in front. One who is doing a mistake, I am the one there too. I have the power to make that person become okay, because I am the consciousness leading to his consciousness through pleasant words and through right actions. I know when to be firm. I know when to be indulgent. I am the awareness. With that, slowly open your eyes on your lap or on your palm. Jai Guru. I really had a very nice experience. 2022 is going to be great. Any questions, any doubts? 2022, you are blessed, not you will be. You have to become aware of that blessing is there. It is, we are sitting in the river of the nectar right behind us, but with our back towards the nectar. And we are digging in front onto the earth there in the soft bank of the river for that nectar, for that peace and the harmony, searching for it there in front. When it is all I have to do, become conscious of the river of the nectar flowing through me and through everyone, and that oneness alone. It's not easy, but it's neither difficult as you keep practicing, and oneness will come with the blessings. Jai Guru. Akasha Shanti, Prithvi Shanti, Vayu Shanti, Jalaspataya Shanti, Agniyaya Shanti, Gau Shanti, Uttaradisha Shanti, Dakshinaya Shanti, Urvadisha Shanti, Paschimaya Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Pray tonight. I'm being guided to tell you tonight, before you go to sleep, sit still for 5 minutes. Very important. You need to sit still, focus yourself, and ask for that blessing and the wish. It will come to you. Jai Guru.